Hot Toys Thor from Thor Love and Thunder just got released. We're going to be taking a look at those brand new blogger photo images that were just released, and I'm going to give you my opinions on them. Let's get into it. All right, welcome back to my channel, everyone. How you figure? I'm Justin, and as I said in the intro, we're about to take a look at these photos of the just released Thor from Thor Love and Thunder. But first, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And in any moment in this video, if you feel like you're enjoying the video, let me know that in the comments below. I think if you like 6-scale news and figure reviews and all that type of stuff, I think you'll actually like it around here. So please consider subscribing. So let's jump right into these photos. Let's talk about it. I'm going to do my best to try to give you my opinion on them as we're looking at these together. Let's go. All right, so we have our first look here. This is the first blogger photo we're going to look over on this Hot Toys Thor from Thor Love and Thunder. Some of these photos will be that deluxe edition that comes with the different helmet, the chest piece, and the armor on the arms. And the regular ones, like right here, this will be what you would get with like the collector's edition of the figure. So I just wanted to remind people of the two different options you can choose for this figure. But right off the bat, I can just tell you that I really think this looks good. Just based on this first blogger photo, I really think it looks good. The arms and the cape, like normally I go straight for that head sculpt and I'm like, that's the thing that caught my eye. With this one, the arms and the cape really caught my eye first. And that's not to say the head sculpt isn't good. We're gonna hopefully see some more zoomed in pictures later, but of that head sculpt. But right now I'm just telling you, like those arms, those seamless arms, the muscles on the arms, this outfit really pops. That cape is just looking really, really good. And I'm gonna do my best not to talk about the movie, because I'm gonna talk about the figure, not the movie. I'm gonna rate this based on the figure itself, not the film. So I'm not gonna be like, this figure's great, but the film was, you know, whatever. So just based on what I'm seeing of this figure, this looks really, really good. Yeah, man, there's that helmeted look that I was talking about with the deluxe. You got this different lightning bolt. You got a lot of lightning effects here. And if you've seen that Black Adam figure, you know that there's a lot of these different. That figure's got a lot of lightning effects as well. So I don't know how people feel about those. I like the option to display it like that, especially for these type of characters. This one seems to have a lot of lightning effects you can put on around the character. Yeah, right here, this photo, I don't know, man. This photo really kind of, okay, so this photo, that I don't know about y'all, but that head sculpt just looks a little, or the helmeted look, it looks a little big. And I'm not saying that's inaccurate or anything, but I'm just saying it to me, just in terms of how I'm thinking about displaying it, like that just looks a little like out of, it almost looks just too big right there. I don't know how to describe it. It just doesn't, again, I think it's just a preference thing for me. I don't think that is how I would probably want to display it, is just straight on like that with that helmeted sculpt. But you can see this different chest piece right here that you get with it, this different chest piece, and you get the armor right there, the armor, which I actually think is a cool look. But those seamless arms just look so good that I wonder if I would display it like that. And here we go, more of the dynamic poses. I think you're going to get a lot of cool dynamic poses with this. I know a lot of people with that in-game figure, it's more like a power figure, you know, like a power stance figure where, you know, you're just having him kind of, the articulation was limited with that one, right? From what I've heard. With this one, I think you're going to be able to get some really cool dynamic poses like this with that cape. That wired cape just looks phenomenal, man. That red looks beautiful, dude. So right here, so yeah, so here the helmeted sculpt looks a lot better right there on this photo. The kind of, you know, looking over to the side a little bit, you can see a ton of those lightning effects with that Stormbreaker, which is cool because we know this, you know, obviously it's Thor, it's Stormbreaker. But again, I don't know, you know, I don't know if it's one of those things where you can add a little bit less if you don't want that full look. If you know, I don't, you know, that's what's cool, is you have the option to add as many of these as you want. Maybe you don't want to add all of these. Maybe you just want to have it on Stormbreaker and a few on Thor the character. I don't know, but I do like having that option. But that is a lot of lightning effects. Yeah, and here, yeah, so the helmeted sculpt looks really good there. Maybe it was just that angle from that image, but that head sculpt looks really good with the helmet. You know, you still get, you know, the nose, the mouth, the chin, and all that. So that's a really cool look. Again, I like having the options. I'm not crazy about some of the, like the paint looks good, but it just like on this helmet, it just, you know, it takes the realism out of it for me just a little bit. It looks a little bit like just a quick, like, you know, you're just throwing like a quick plastic helmet or whatever. And I think it looks good, but there's something about it that just kind of feels like, I don't know. I think it's probably just a preference thing where I don't see myself probably presenting it this way, even though I do think getting the deluxe is worth it for a chest piece, a helmet, and those gold arm armor. So that picture looks really good. Great shot there. Let's see if we can get some more with the head sculpt. Here we go. Some more with the head sculpt. Now look at this, guys. This aging on the face here and this aging on the arms, like you can kind of see the different. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here on the arms. Look at the different detail on the arms there. You get like the pores, you get the little bit of the vein there, you get the muscle definition. That looks phenomenal. That looks phenomenal. And with this, the Bane figure, these seamless arms, man, great job by Hot Toys on those. Those arms look phenomenal. And let's see what else we got here. This is a great look. This is kind of what I'm talking about. This is kind of how I would want to display it for the most part, but with some lightning on Stormbreaker probably, and maybe a little bit on Thor. But that cape right there, this cape looks great, man. I don't have enough figures to say like this is going to be the best cape, but just based on these photos, this cape looks like one of the best that Hot Toys has done for me personally. I mean, it looks beautiful. The red is incredible. The wired cape, you can get some different looks with it. I just think it's phenomenal. It reminds me so much, you know, I know that there's a lot of good capes, and like there's some capes that, you know, especially with some of those Batman figures that people have had some issues with, but this cape looks phenomenal to me. And let's see what else we got. So here, this is what I was talking about with this lightning effects here. You got Stormbreaker, you got some lightning effects on Thor. I do wish that there would have been a second expression for this character, just because I feel like, especially in these later movies, whether you like them or dislike them, with Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, and even in, you know, obviously in Infinity War and stuff like that, like Thor has a really good humor about him, and I wish we would have kind of got another head sculpt that kind of showcases that, kind of like that Star-Lord head sculpt that's coming out with the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Volume 3 figure, where he's, you know, it's like that smirking face. I think that would have been cool to have with this Thor figure, just kind of show off more of that personality. That looks really good. I love the illuminating eyeballs right there. I love the look right here. Again, you can see that great, beautiful cape flowing behind them, and the lightning effects on Stormbreaker. Again, we get more of this look here. I'm going to kind of go past these just because we've seen this look a lot. These photos are really good, though, whoever took these photos. That's a great look, too, I'm sure. I don't know how they really achieved that, but that looks great. It's like he's calling back Stormbreaker. That's a great shot. That is a great shot right there. And here we go, you got more of that look here. So again, you can kind of see the different stuff you can do with the cape. You can kind of see what you're going to get with that deluxe version. There it is, all right there. The golden armor, the different chest piece there, and obviously that helmet. So if you're into that, I would definitely get the deluxe. If that's something you don't think you'll ever display, I would stick with the collector's edition. But normally I say go deluxe because I think it's worth it in the end to get those different accessories. And right there, like, again, man, this right here, I'm just not huge on. And again, it's probably totally preference. So I want to be fair here. I think it's totally preference, but I'm just not feeling that look straight on like that. I think I prefer it. I love the golden armor stuff, and I love the chest piece. But for me, I almost think that like the helmet, I just don't see myself displaying it like that personally. And I don't, you know, that looks okay, I guess, but just not how I would probably display it. But I love having the option. And Stormbreaker looks really good, by the way. All right, so we got the hands here. You can kind of see the different hands we got here with Thor. We got the golden lightning here with the lightning effects around it. Again, I just keep going back to that cape. It looks great. Now, if you look here on his right of this, it almost looks like a basketball net right there. That's one part of the figure that I'm not crazy about. It almost looks like it was just like slapped on with like a sticker. And then like some of this stuff looks like it was just slapped on with a sticker, almost like Lego. You know, like in Lego, they have you put stickers on to like put out the detail and stuff. That's what it looks like on some of this stuff with the suit. So I'm not crazy about that. You know, but the belt line down, all the way down to kind of like the thigh area and where the knees are. I think that's, you know, a few of those things look like they're, and again, it might just be the angle, but definitely where that basketball net spot looks just, you know, I don't think it looks great. This pose looks really good. You got the great, again, once again, the arms look great. The light, you know, you get a lot of detail with that sculpted hair. Once again, man, this is just looking really, really good. I love how this one's broken up. He's got the two, you know, he's got it where he like breaks it in half. He's got two versions of it. The cape though, I mean, I just keep getting drawn to that cape, and that arm looks fantastic. Here we go. This is what we kind of wanted to see. Let's zoom in on this head sculpt real quick. And look at this head sculpt, you guys. This looks phenomenal to me. This really does. This looks phenomenal. I think that you really get Chris Hemsworth in this. I would have loved to have seen the rolling eyeball function. I think that any figure that's not coming out with rolling eyeballs irritates me a little bit. I think those are a must. I just think you can do so much with it. But look at the different, even the pores, the aging lines, the wrinkles of the forehead here. You got the little faint scars, which I think look incredible. And this beard looks really good. I mean, I think this beard looks really, really good. And again, you can kind of see that textured hair, you know, that textured hair or that sculpted hair and the different details there. So that looks really, really good. And here you got more of the arms. We're going to zoom in on those arms one more time. You can kind of see what I'm talking about with the different details, just how good it looks. You can kind of see a little bit of the posability there. It just looks really, really solid. Got some more photos of Thor here. We're going to kind of wrap this up on the images just because we've seen a lot of these already. But yeah, you can kind of just see what you're going to get with this figure. These photos look really, really cool. That's a great shot right there. This is more my speed. This is kind of how I would display it, is like with the head sculpt, with the lightning on. I would definitely have him with Stormbreaker. It's just a lot of lightning effects, which is cool, but it's just sometimes I feel like it's almost too much a little bit with some of these poses, but that's just me. And then you can see what, again, once again with the cape, I mean, just looking great. And you got some, I think this will be a really cool posable Thor figure. And right there, you can kind of see it, man. Just looking good, looking strong, looking like the God of Thunder. Great shot, man. These photos are good. I mean, I think these photos are showing off the right parts of the figure. And one last time here with the head sculpt, that's just a great look right there. And I can see Chris Hemsworth there, and I can see, you know, again, the arms, the cape, the suit. It's going to really kind of pop off the shelf, I feel like. And you can kind of see more of what we've seen. But just so we can go through all of these photos, now we're back at the beginning. Let's go to my outro to see my final thoughts on it. All right, so overall, I think this figure looks really, really good. Based on these blogger photos, based on these images that we've been looking at today, I think this looks really, really good. I think that head sculpt looks great. I think that those seamless arms look incredible, and I think that cape looks phenomenal. So I definitely think that it is a really good, solid looking figure. I definitely think if you're someone who pre-ordered it, you're probably still excited about that pre-order. Personally, I'm still on the fence if I'm going to pick this one up or not, just because I wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but just based on what I'm seeing of this figure, I think it looks really, really good, and I might end up deciding to pick this one up. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to be picking this one up. Let me know if you're somebody who had the pre-order and you're happy with it. I would love to know that in the comments below. And thank y'all again, as always, for watching, and I'll see you next time.